In 1947, the Baldwin Locomotive Works produced only 47 narrow-gauge locomotives of this Spider-Thomas configuration for mining and timber operations. What the crew found inside the firebox of train #47 was a structural modification, a secondary combustion chamber welded into the firebrick cavity that should have made the cab of a steam locomotive was the crew's entire workplace for shifts that could last 16 hours, and the controls were laid out by ergonomic instinct. Dry removal is always the first step in any heavy corrosion restoration, because water introduced too early would mix with the soot and coal dust to create an acidic slurry that... The needle scaler is chosen for this phase specifically because its individual needles can follow the compound curves of locomotive wheel castings and drive rod. Water pressure between 2500 and 3500 psi is the industry standard for vehicle restoration because it removes everything that has already been loosened by dry scraping. Systematic disassembly is always performed before any repair for two reasons. First, it reveals hidden damage that surface inspection cannot detect. The engineer's seat was wood because steel would conduct heat. Galvanic corrosion is accelerated when dissimilar metals are in contact in the presence of moisture and coal combustion. Rust is iron oxide formed when iron atoms react with oxygen in the presence of water, and the reddish-brown outer layer is hydrated ferric oxide. MIG welding creates structural fusion by generating an electric arc between a continuously fed wire electrode and the base metal, reaching temperatures of approximately 6,000 degrees. The valve gear of a steam locomotive is a precision linkage that controls the admission and exhaust of steam into the cylinders, and the timing of these events determines.
Two-part polyester body filler must be applied in layers no thicker than 1/4 inch, because the chemical reaction that cures the filler generates heat.
Automotive single-stage Europe paint bonds to the primer through a chemical cross-linking reaction that the instant the two components are mixed. Paint correction begins with a cutting compound that contains aluminum oxide abrasives graded at approximately 1200 grit, which remove the top layer of clear. When a locomotive engine that has been dormant for 6 years fires for the first time, the critical moment is the first 10 seconds of oil pressure.